I'm Joe Zalescik from Station 1978 Firehouse Peanuts, right here in Mount Airy. That's our trailer behind us. And this morning we're going to show you how we make Cajun salted peanuts. Basically, we take about 5 pounds of peanuts, we put them in a brine. That brine has 4 cups of kosher granulated salt and 1 cup of Cajun spice. After they brine overnight, we then put them in a drying rack, just like this. They dry for a few hours, and then we move those peanuts right into our burner. This is a 6-burner grill with a rotating drum to roast these peanuts. Now this will take 450 degrees at 25 to 30 minutes before we get a finished product. Now when we do these brining and roasting, it does take quite a bit of time. So the Cajun peanuts are not offered every week, but we will have those at the farmer's market coming up on Friday and next Friday. So that's a very simple process. After they're roasted, they go into another cooling bin, stainless steel bin, and then we bag them up on our scale and sell them 1 pound bag of a Cajun nut for $5 a pound. We also offer salted peanuts in the shell, $4 a pound, and unsalted peanuts, same price, $4 a pound. And they're all roasted in our machine that was built by a tinsmith in Connecticut, and it's been very reliable for us for the last 2 years. You might know about some of the old machines that are over 100 years old that Planters Peanuts might have had in some stores or on the boardwalk in New York and New Jersey. Those machines are collectible. They cost about $6,000 if they're in working order. But personally, I don't trust the mechanics of a 100-year-old machine, especially that is propane powered. And those systems, you know, might be a little dangerous. But that's pretty much our basic Cajun process. 4 cups of salt, a cup of Cajun spice, brine them overnight, put the moisture in, dry them out, get the moisture out, roast them, cool them, because moisture is the enemy of the peanut. Anytime a peanut has moisture in the shell or out of the shell, bacteria can grow and you can have an issue with that. So we pride ourselves as a Mountie Award winner for the Mount Airy News, Best New Business of 2021. And I will continue my discussion on the computer. Thank you.
Everybody saw that, right?
Yeah, great, Joe.
All right, it worked. I always worry about these things. Well, Randy mentioned the JCs a little earlier, and actually the idea for this business came from a JC project. We had a September Fest in the 90s, and we rented a peanut roasting machine from a gentleman, and we ended up selling 1,000 bags of peanuts in a day. And I think Randy is frozen. Does everybody hear me? Oh, there you go.
I can hear you, Joe.
All right. So we started in March of 2020, right in the beginning of COVID with our company. And in 2020, we pretty much took a hit and lost quite a bit of money. But we're coming back in 2021. Things are looking up. So we started with one product, and that was just a unsalted roasted peanut. And we quickly found out that our customers wanted salted peanuts. So we looked into that entire process, and it took a little more work, but come to be with our peanuts, we sell probably 5 bags of salted peanuts to 1 bag of unsalted. So the Mount Airy folks like the salted peanuts a little bit more. Then we also got into peanut butter. Now I'm going to also find my screen here again and find my PowerPoint if I could find it. Where the heck is it here? Files. No, it's not there. Try it again here. PowerPoint. All right, let's see. There it is. Ah, here we go. Peanuts here. Here we go.
We can
All
see it,
right.
Joe.
Now let's see if I can advance my slides. Figures. See, this is the, oh, here it is. The crazy thing about Zoom, it's too many buttons on it. All right, so peanuts here. We already talked about that. We talked about the original idea from the JC. So when I first decided to create the business, I had to find a peanut roaster. So I scoured the internet, eBay, and all I could find was these old machines that were 100 years old and not very reliable. So I found a tinsmith in Connecticut. The guy was probably about 80 years old, and he said he's building his last peanut roaster. So he sent me pictures of it, and I said, do it. Build me a roaster, ship it to New Jersey, and then I'll bring it down to North Carolina. And I'll tell you what, the guy really built something nice. The thing works great. I never had any issue with it. And essentially what it is, it's that drum and the motor, and it's on a 6-burner grill. So I ended up getting a commercial kitchen base for that burner because it's always in the trailer, and you know, a regular barbecue grill base is really not built for transport. So it's pretty beefed up, and it's a great machine. I would love to have a second one, but he no longer builds them. So one of the first things I did was join the chamber and became active. As my grandfather says about me, that kid has ants in his pants and he never sits still. So retirement after a long career in healthcare and fire service, you know, turned into, you know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And my grandfather was right. You know, you ask a busy person to do things, and I have ants in my pants, so I can never sit still. And it's really been a pleasure being involved with the chamber as an ambassador. I get to meet a lot of people, make a lot of connections in the business community and in the community in general. And I'll tell you, to be honest with you, if it wasn't for the chamber, I probably would have never applied to be a city commissioner, because of the connections I've made with the organization, with the people I've met. You know, my wife had more confidence in me than I did, but being an old politician from the North, you have to have a kind of a thick skin. And, you know, I can handle the criticism from being a Yankee, but this community is great. We fell in love with it right away. And I'm proud to serve as a planning board member, a former planning board member, and now as a city commissioner. And tonight is my second meeting. So, and it might be a lively one if you've read the paper in the last couple of days. So moving on to the Surry County Farmers Markets, we have 3 markets in Surry, and that's pretty much where our staple of business is. Mount Airy, Dobson, and Elkin. We do Mount Airy on Friday. We do Elkin on Saturday. And Dobson has been a struggling market for us for the last couple years. Our board is going to meet about, you know, what day might work the best for Dobson. And, you know, they built a shelter for us. The county maintains it. Cost about $175,000 for that shelter. And we want to, we want to keep that place open. Elkin, same thing. They built a shelter in Elkin, and the city of Elkin manages that facility. And at Mount Airy, we're in the parking lot at the post office. And hopefully, as things progress with the Spencer development downtown, we're hoping to have a all-purpose facility downtown built, and the farmers market will be part of that. So our season is about to come to an end. We run from April through October, and we have 2 weeks left in Mount Airy. Dobson has already finished their season, and Elkin is going to run, I think, until the second week of November. We also do a winter market in Elkin at the Heritage and Trail Center. So this is last year's ad. We will put ads in the paper about our winter markets. We do plan to have a couple markets in December, more with the crafters, because Surry County Farmers Market is pretty unique. Their charter allows up to, I think, 40% of the vendors to be home crafters. And that's great because we offer a lot of products, fabric products, wood products. We have people that, I guess soap is not really a craft, but we have people that make soap. We have people that do all kinds of things. And it's a good variety of products at all three of our markets. We also are involved in charity events. We were a walk sponsor for the Alzheimer's Walk. And we're going to be doing something at Ridgecrest in December with their light show. So we'll probably be out there December 4th at night with our peanuts, and we'll probably, do a nice warm roast for people that walk by and eat the peanuts warm. And new products. I don't sell fire trucks, but that's just our little prop. Down the bottom is the peanut butter. Amy Lou's all natural peanut butter. This has really taken off for us. We tried it as an experiment, and people love it. The peanut butter is also in Opie's Candy Store downtown, and we're looking at a store in Virginia that might be carrying our peanut butter. They're debating it right now. So this is the other thing that I do. This business, like I said, it's part-time, seasonal, and I give back to the community. So I have these cards, they're hero cards, and I have a stack of them right here. Anybody that's in the military, police, fire, teachers, healthcare workers, especially during COVID-19, I will try to identify the people walking by and have them fill a card out for me. And I put it on my wall of heroes. At the bottom of that picture, it's hard to see, but it is a picture collage of all of the fire trucks that were lost in New York City during 9/11. And there were many of them. And my father was a veteran of the Second World War. I have a nephew right now in Merchant Marine Academy. So I'm all for the veterans and for the military. So with every card that I get filled out, $1 goes to the VFW here in Mount Airy, and another $1 goes to one of the surrounding volunteer fire companies in Mount Airy. Mount Airy has a paid department, so they don't need donations. They're sourced by tax money. So like Bannertown Firehouse is right down the street from me. So at the end of the year, they're going to get a nice donation from these hero cards. We are very proud of this award, 2021 Mountie Award, Best New Business from the Mount Airy News. Unbelievable that a part-time seasonal business got this award. We beat out the, Dakota Steakhouse or whatever the heck it is down there on Rockford. They came in second. And it's just amazing that this award was given to us. And I just got in the mail the other day a plaque that we'll display at our stand. So that's pretty much it. I know we're running, it's 25 after 10. The other thing is, people have asked what kind of peanuts do we have? We prefer the Virginia Jumbo. They roast up really well. Let me just get out of the screen. Back to my
There we
picture.
go.
There are 4 types of peanuts. Runners, Valencia, Virginia, Jumbo, and some other peanut I think that grows in Mexico. But we prefer the Virginia Jumbo that is grown on the coast of North Carolina and Virginia. Surry County, because we're in the farmers market, they prefer that we have a local product. The problem is nobody in Surry County grows peanuts. So we source our peanuts as locally as possible. And, you know, it's fine with the farmers market. I have 2 distributors, one in Hillsville, Virginia, and the other in Winston. And I have to buy probably 200 pounds of peanuts at a time. You know, when I bought that first 100 pounds, I said to myself, am I going to be able to sell 100 pounds of peanuts? And I'll tell you what, it's been great. But Virginia Jumbos are the best for what we do. People like boiled peanuts as well. And the Valencias seem to work the best for the boiled peanuts, but I don't really care for them. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there was a question here about, do you get your peanuts from a specific region? Yes, it's the coast of North Carolina and Virginia. The biggest peanut supplier in the country is Hampton Farms. They have a number of different companies under their flagship. So pretty much every peanut that you get is in some way connected with Hampton Farms. Either when you buy them in the store or you get them from us in the market. Is there really a difference between sea salt and regular salt? Well, sea salt, I believe, does not have iodine in it,
Right.
from what I understand. And we use kosher salt. It's a larger grain. You know, when it's put into the brine, you know, we have to, you know, if you've ever brined a turkey, okay, same concept. What is it, osmosis or something? You're taking moisture out of the turkey and you're putting the flavor in it. Well, with the peanut, because there's a membrane, the salt is getting into the membrane and into the peanut. Now, you know, if I brine it for 8 hours, fine. You can brine them for 3 or 4 days, then you're going to have a mushy peanut. So, you know, we do a lot of experimentation on our roasting and how we do things. I had a customer that told me that he likes his peanuts burnt. And I said, okay, well, let me try and roast a peanut for you that tastes burnt. And you know what happens is when you over roast a peanut, it starts to smell like burnt coffee. And that's when you turn off the burner. So this guy, you know, I gave him a couple pounds of peanuts and he likes them burnt. Okay. Don Masuri asked, do you plan to sell on the internet? Well, the problem with selling on the internet and shipping, it's the shipping cost that kills it. We were just in Virginia last weekend, and there's a general store that may be interested in our peanuts. And I said, well, in order for me to do anything, I'm going to have to, you know, ship you at least a dozen jars. Shipping 1 jar of peanut butter is about $8.50 from the Postal Service. Yeah.
Wow.
So, you know, if a customer wants to pay that kind of money for shipping, that's fine. Our peanut butter is really good. So there's probably more of a demand for that than for our peanuts. What else you got here? Thanks for your service, Peanut Info. All right, Robin, to everyone. Thank you, Robin. But that's pretty much it, Randy, unless somebody else has any other questions. We plan to be in the green this year, so I will have to pay some income tax.
Well, Joe, I tell you, I can, as someone who loves peanuts, it's a great business. Joe is obviously a person that likes to get involved in the community, has been involved his whole life. So we encourage all of you to go to the farmers markets and try out his product. You'll see Joe around. We're very proud of Joe to have been selected when there was an opening on the commissioner's roster. And of course, there'll be a general election next year, a primary and a general election. So if Joe wants to stay on the commissioners, he'll run like everybody else. And I'm sure there'll be other people running as well. And the chamber will be involved in that public policy process. But we appreciate, Joe, you telling the story of your business. And I don't mind saying it, you know, Joe and I connected some time ago when they first came to the area. And I had a connection with Joe because, like Joe, I'm somebody that came from outside the community. And, you know, people that are born and raised in the area, they're very proud of that. But, you know, Mount Airy and Surry County continues to get a lot of people that move here from the outside, from Virginia, from Tennessee, all over the country. And so, you know, I have to hand it to Joe. He really got involved in a lot of things after a long career, rather than sitting on an island or a cruise ship somewhere. Joe is out there involved in the community. So thanks again, Joe. We appreciate you being here.